Hi everyone, how are you today? I'm celebrating my birthday month this month, and I was trying to look up patterns, tangle patterns for birthdays, and all I was getting was birthday cards, and you're gonna have to excuse my painty hands. I painted on the last video, and I'm still recording, and I have not gone and washed my hands yet. So, FYI, just in case you're wondering. And there wasn't really anything, but as I was scrolling through Pinterest, there was an anomaly that came up, and I couldn't repeat it to show it to you, but it was interesting, and I thought I would do this anomaly as a thing. So what I'm going to do on this piece of paper is first I'm going to make myself a little border. How big a border? Maybe that big. Let's do it that big. That's first on my list of things to do is make myself a border. If you're wondering, this is a piece of paper that is approximately 4.5 by 3. And then I'm going to make a line let's say about here. Well, actually, I'm going to draw first. I'm just going to draw like a doodle in pencil. I'm not going to do this bottom bit here, but I do want to be about here-ish. I'm going to draw some doodly bits up here. I'm not exactly sure what I'm drawing yet. I'm going to kind of go Peter draws mindlessness kind of a doodle. Does it have any kind of meaning or thought to it? No, not really. Okay, that's good enough to start. I'll probably add to it, but let's start there. And what I'm going to do, let me draw, I'm going to draw this line. Right there. And then I'm going to draw up here, and then I'm going to do something else down here. So, let me get a couple of sizes of pens. So how are you guys? Are you good? I hope you're good. don't know that I have any plans, specific plans for birthday stuff. Um, at least not yet. Of course, I am drawing this at the beginning of July instead of the beginning of August, so I got a whole month to make some plans. Um, do you guys have a specific thing you do for a birthdays? Did you have a tradition, a birthday tradition, like you always go out to dinner, or you always have a party, or you know, you always go to the movies? Is there something that you do as a tradition for your birthday? We don't really have one. We used to have one growing up, which was my sister's birthday is in the end of July, and mine is in the beginning part of August. And so growing up, my mom always had us have joint birthday because my sister and I basically had the same set of friends. I mean, she had some good friends that were not my good friends. I had some good friends that were not her good friends, but for the most part, our friend groups kind of overlapped because we're not that far apart in age. And so what my mom would do is just have us all have one birthday party because finances were tight. I'm surprised that she could afford what she did afford when I look back on it as an adult. As a kid, I just thought, oh, this is cool. As an adult, I'm looking back and going, how in the world did she afford what she could do? I am just amazed. My mother amazes me. She astounds me with her generosity, what she did for us girls. Just is beyond, and I can't thank my mom enough for being my mom and letting me be born. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just playing with doodles. It's the thing that's going to happen on the bottom of this line that is what inspired me when I was scrolling. And like I said, when I tried to go back and see it again, I couldn't recreate it. So it was just a glitch on my phone when it was scrolling, and I always like it when my bubbles just kind of loosen themselves up and release into the atmosphere like that. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and make a nice thick border. Do I have a thick pen with me? Here, 7. 7's good. I'm going to go ahead and make a nice thick border right at the edge of there. And I like to break the border with my drawing. That's fun. Now what I'm going to do, I don't like to use my fine liners up against a ruler. It depending on the nib, the edge of the ruler can ruin your nib. So if I'm going to draw with a straight line with a ruler, I tend to just draw it with pencil and then come back with the pen. That's me. So what I'm going to do is, it had this weird anomaly and everything had this line like it was stretched. I'll make sure that I'm doing this straight because everything was straight. Might not be straight with my edge, but it's going to be straight with itself. And it was really kind of interesting. It made like a smear sort of a thing. So that's what I'm going to do here. Every single line that touches that diagonal is going to get this. I ran out of room, so I turned it around, going the other way. Now I will come back and draw those lines. I don't know why I went all the way out there into the border. That was not the plan. So yeah, when I got a little bit older, my mom basically said, well, this is our budget for birthdays, and you guys can choose. We both had to choose the same thing, but together we could decide, did we want a birthday party at home and invite like all of our friends like we had been doing? Or did we want to invite one special friend, each of us, and go to an amusement park? Because she obviously couldn't afford everybody to go to the amusement park. That would not be cool. But she could afford herself and 4 girls to an amusement park for our birthdays, and that's usually what we chose, and that was so much fun. This is looking very mod, very 70s, very cool. I think I'm going to color it. Let me just sign it because oh gosh, I think I want some black, maybe. Yeah, let's put some black think I need a little more contrast. So when I do my coloring, things will be really contrasty in certain spots. Sort of an op art piece, isn't it? That's cool. That. There was a time back in the 70s when my mom was such a cool mom. She would let us decorate our rooms however we wanted. Didn't matter. Paint, wallpaper, colors. Didn't matter. The only thing is we had to be confident in our choices, because she said, you know, if you paint your wall, you're only allowed to change it like every 2-3 years. You're not allowed to change your mind like in a month or two, or even as soon as you put up the paint and you decide you don't like it. You're not allowed to change your mind. You have to commit to the decision. Okay, so yeah, there were a couple of my design choices that were a little odd. My sister chose a beautiful lavender wallpaper that she put on one wall with flowers and stuff. Absolutely beautiful. It was back before large graphics were a thing. So it was dainty, kind of old-fashioned, or at least we would call it old-fashioned now. It was beautiful. Lavender, and then she chose one of the colors in that, and that was before the color matching. Let me tell you, that was before color matching. So, you know, you could only just pick off of the swatch. They didn't have a little machine that analyzed it. I mean, the guy at the paint shop would do his best to make it the right color, but there was no, you know, take your favorite color and take it into the store and have them match it. That didn't happen back then. So you got what you got, and the color choices weren't quite as robust as they are now. But she chose this beautiful pale lilac color, and it was just pretty. Soft and dainty. So that year, what did I choose? Well, I wanted green. And I wanted a kind of a happy, bright green. And what happened was, once I put it on the wall, it was a bright, fluorescent green. That it was a green, like wow green, like neon gel pen green. Oh my, it was a bold choice. And once I had it on the walls, I had to put it on every wall, because I hadn't planned like an accent wall, and the previous color of my room did not go at all with the green, so I had to cover up all the previous color, and it was just, oh my gosh, that was a mistake. But my mother stuck to her guns, and nope, we're not buying more paint. You can't go back to the paint store and pick a paler color. I seriously thought I was getting a much more muted, pretty green, but I didn't realize I was my first foray into really picking colors for the whole room, and not just, you know, like, oh, I like those sheets or whatever. And like I said, we were only allowed to completely redecorate like once every, gosh, I think I lived with it for 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. It was a long time I lived with that green. So I ended up with a lot of posters on my walls to kind of cover up most of the bright green, tone things down a little. This this reminds me of that era. Very mod, very, yeah. This reminds me of that era. But then I went completely the opposite direction and ended up with the next time I did my room, I think I was old enough to pay for my own paint. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, is I just couldn't stand the green anymore, and I saved up my money and I bought my own. And we're going to go with the green. We're going to color with the green just because I've been talking about it. And I went completely the opposite direction. And I did a very neutral color palette with some beiges, but it was still in the era. It was in the my room was painted the neon green in the 60s, and then I repainted in sometime in the 70s, early 70s, and the color I repainted was sort of a beigey, yeah, just a beige color, neutral. And then I made stripes on my wall all the way around the room. Some of them went up at a diagonal. They were different widths apart. I actually liked my design. It went all the way around the room. It went like, my stripe went right across the top of my dresser and down around other bits of furniture. I really liked my design. And it was brown, 3 colors of brown and a beige. I mean, that's what I did. 3 colors of brown and a beige. And that was what color it was until we moved. What the people who bought our house thought of it, I don't know, because they bought the house with while we had all of our furniture and everything in, that they came and looked at the house. And then when we moved out, I realized there were things that had been permanently mounted to my wall. I had this cabinet that was mounted to my wall. And did I take it down when I changed from the green to the brown? No, I just took my stripe around it. So when we moved and we took the cabinet off the wall, yes, behind the wall was a bright fluorescent green cabinet-sized square. That looks really dark on camera. It's not as bad in real life. We're going to just embrace the whole stripes mod. This was quite the experimental time in my life. And I am just going to kind of go for it here. We're going to be reminiscent of both colors. I think I want to color in this? And this. Color do I want those? I think I want them blue. Why? I don't know, but that's where I'm aiming. We're just going to go for it. I'm just going to feel all the 70s, 60s and 70s. This is going to remind me of my childhood. All the colors of my childhood. The mod pink. The kind of greens. Let's go with this kind of neon-y orangey color. I do that color here. And that brown again. Okay. I think I'm done. I think I want some neon orange as the highlights to my bubbles. All right. I think that's cool. What do you guys think? You guys like it? I don't know. It just super reminds me of my childhood. And since I'm reminiscing about birthday month, what the heck? We'll just reminisce about childhood here. That was kind of fun. You guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. Have no idea what I'm going to call this one. Yeah, no clue how I'm going to title this, but you know, I'm just reminiscing. And I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great month. I'm looking forward to it. You know, like I said, it'll come 4 weeks in the future. We will see. Yeah. Anyways, go out and do something nice for someone today. That'll make the world a better place. If you know anybody who has a birthday in the month of August, say happy birthday from me. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.